Before 2016, India's digital story was a slow-moving train, buffering videos, expensive data, and a digital divide that left millions behind. The internet was a luxury for the urban elite, not a utility for the masses. The idea of a truly connected India seemed like a distant dream. Then Reliance Jio, led by Mukesh Ambani, detonated a bomb of disruption. Jio's strategy was audacious: democratize data, make it as abundant and affordable as sunlight, and transform every Indian into a digital citizen. This wasn't just a corporate success, it was India's great digital migration. Suddenly a nation of over 1 billion went from data-starved to data-rich almost overnight. Jio didn't just sell SIM cards, it sold a vision of a new digital India. We'll explore the pre-Jio era, the explosive launch, the price wars, and the collapse of telecom giants. We'll see how cheap data is changing lives across India and examine the concerns about Jio's market dominance. This is the story of how one company's gamble ignited India's internet revolution. To understand the Jio revolution, we must remember the world before it. In pre-2016 India, the internet was a metered luxury. 1 gigabyte could cost up to 300 rupees. People rationed data, toggling it on and off, dreading the data-exhausted notification. Slow speeds and constant buffering were the norm. App developers built light versions just to function on sluggish networks. The market was dominated by a few giants: Airtel, Vodafone, Idea, who kept prices high and data allowances low. Voice calls were charged by the minute and bills were a maze of tariffs and roaming charges. The digital divide was stark. Urban centers had some connectivity, but rural India was a digital desert. Laying fiber was expensive, so companies ignored low-income, low-density areas. Hundreds of millions were excluded from online education, e-commerce, and digital banking. India's human potential was throttled by a lack of affordable, reliable internet. The nation was waiting for a digital breakthrough. On September 5, 2016, Mukesh Ambani launched Reliance Jio and changed everything. Jio's welcome offer made all services free unlimited 4G data, free calls, and access to Jio's digital apps. The biggest barrier, cost, vanished overnight. People queued for hours to get a Jio SIM. Demand was so high, a black market emerged. For the first time, millions experienced unlimited internet. Voice calls, once a major revenue source, became permanently free on Jio. Jio's all-IP, 4G-only network gave it a huge technological edge over rivals. The free period, extended for months, let Jio amass over 100 million users. By the time paid plans arrived, users were hooked, and Jio's prices were still far lower than competitors. The industry had walked into Jio's trap. Data rationing was over, digital abundance had arrived. Jio's launch was not just a product release, it was a declaration of war on the old order. The telecom industry would never be the same. India's digital future had begun. Jio's entry triggered a brutal price war. Airtel, Vodafone, and Idea were forced to slash prices or risk extinction. Data costs crashed by over 95%, from 250 rupees per GB to less than 15. Unlimited calling became the new norm. Voice revenue vanished. Smaller players like Aircel and Tata Docomo folded or sold out. Vodafone and Idea merged just to survive, but still struggled. For consumers, it was a golden age. Choices exploded and data scarcity disappeared. Average monthly data use soared from under 1 GB to over 10 GB. The power shifted from providers to customers. Jio's price war rewired the industry and made data accessible to all. The telecom landscape was forever changed. Jio's most profound impact was in rural India, Bharat. Cheap data and a vast 4G network brought the internet to villages for the first time. Smartphones became windows to the world for farmers, artisans, and students. Students accessed online learning, farmers checked weather and prices, and small businesses embraced digital payments. Platforms like YouTube and TikTok exploded in popularity, and rural creators found a national audience. WhatsApp video calls connected migrant workers to their families daily. Local shopkeepers adopted UPI and digital payments. Artisans sold products online. The internet became a tool for empowerment, entrepreneurship, and connection. Jio turned digital access from an abstract concept into a daily reality for millions. Jio's ambition was never just telecom, it was to build a digital empire. The SIM card was just the gateway. The real plan was a vast digital ecosystem. Jio launched apps for movies, music, TV, and news, bundled free or cheap for subscribers. The company expanded into e-commerce with JioMart, broadband with JioFiber, and digital payments with JioPay. Strategic partnerships with Facebook and Google brought billions in investment and new technology. Jio's collaboration with WhatsApp aimed to connect local stores to customers. Google partnered to develop affordable smartphones for the next 100 million users. Jio wasn't just building an Indian empire, it was building it with global giants. The digital ecosystem was now deeply embedded in daily life. Jio's rise brought concerns about monopoly and market dominance. Critics argue Jio's free offers and rock-bottom prices were designed to eliminate competition. Backed by Reliance's deep pockets, Jio could sustain losses that rivals couldn't. The telecom sector consolidated into a virtual duopoly, Jio and Airtel. With fewer players, innovation and low prices could suffer in the long run. There are fears that Jio's dominance could eventually lead to higher prices and less choice. Jio's expansion into content, payments, and e-commerce raises data privacy concerns. One company now holds immense power over India's digital infrastructure and data. Regulators have been slow to respond, and the debate over fair competition continues. The challenge: ensure India's digital revolution doesn't end in a digital monopoly. Jio rewired India's relationship with the internet, turning it from a luxury into a daily utility. The internet is now as essential as electricity or water, always on and everywhere. Street vendors accept QR payments, students attend online classes, and families stream movies together. The gig economy and social commerce have exploded, powered by cheap data. UPI's success is built on Jio's digital foundation. The COVID-19 lockdown proved the value of robust, affordable internet. Work, school, and commerce all moved online. India transitioned to a virtual world with unprecedented speed. Digital life has democratized information, empowered new voices, and enabled social movements. Challenges remain: misinformation, privacy, and digital overload, but the story is one of empowerment. For hundreds of millions, the internet is now an extension of daily life. Jio's legacy is a digitally empowered India. By 2025, Jio's impact is undeniable. It didn't just disrupt a market, it transformed society. Jio demolished the price barrier, unleashing India's digital potential. India is now a global digital powerhouse, attracting tech giants and investors. The startup ecosystem is booming, fintech is thriving, and homegrown tech giants are rising. Jio built the digital highway. Now startups and corporations race to build on it. The Jio model, scale first, profit later, has become a business playbook. Jio's legacy is India's digital awakening, from data deprived to the world's highest mobile data consumption. While monopoly concerns remain, Jio democratized data and changed India's future. The internet revolution it sparked is still unfolding, and its place in history is secure.